Resources and Environment Committee does two things. We do regulation to protect the environment, and we also do regulation to enhance the environment and to make sure that, for example, water quality is what it needs to be so that we can drink it, swim in it, or fish or eat the fish that come out of it. Most of the time over the last probably 4 to 6 years, at least 2 to 4 years, has been focused a lot on water because Georgia has been involved in a very long lawsuit with Alabama and Florida. A lot of people call it the water wars. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that we have been in a dispute about how much water can be used out of Lake Lanier that goes to Atlanta and then flows down to Columbus and on down into Florida to the Apalachicola Bay area where they need lots of water in order to have their fishing industry. And we have had many conversations about how we can do a better job of water conservation. And in Atlanta, for example, we've done laws to say instead of apartment buildings getting one water bill and they just divided equally among the people that live in that apartment building, they were made to meter each apartment so that people had more control over how much they used and how much they had to spend on water, and it really encouraged more conservation. And rather than it being, well, no matter how much I use, I've got to pay a percentage of the total building. There are also conservation laws passed saying that during the heat of the summer day, in the middle of the day, you couldn't water either lawns or your gardens or golf courses. That there had to be watering done in the early morning or the late evening so that evaporation didn't waste a lot of water. There have also been changes to the law this is all in regards to what's happening with the water wars. There have been changes in laws that have to do with actually for the first time ever defining what gray water is. And that's the water that's discharged when you wash clothes or you wash dishes and it leaves your dishwasher or your washing machine. That is water that can be used without having to be processed to water flowers, to water golf courses. And so on places like Jekyll Island, and rather than pumping water out of the ground because they don't have a whole lot of surface water that's not salty, they are able to use that water on the landscaping and the golf courses down there in a way that it makes a lot more sense and prevents overuse of the groundwater causing saltwater intrusion. We need to be looking at how we manage the gates in some of our reservoirs. For example, the Army Corps of Engineers is responsible for Lake Lanier. A lot of us feel like that if we could increase the level of water in Lake Lanier when it's a good heavy rain season and hold it back and let it off as we need it a little differently than the way the rules allow for it now, that it would be a better idea than building a bunch of new reservoirs, or better than cutting off water to any particular state, city, or community, or entities like farmers. Amendment 1 was the amendment that says if you are going to buy some sports equipment, say you were going to go buy a new kayak, the state sales tax that you paid on that kayak would go into what they are calling the Georgia Outdoor Stewardship Act Fund. The projects that will be covered by that money is they could save it up till they got a nice pot of money, and if there was, say, a piece of land that needed to be protected because it was a very special and environmentally sensitive area that they wanted to protect, they could actually use that money to purchase that land and protect it. So it would come under the state's care and ownership for it to be protected. The voluntary recycling program is great in concept, but I really have noticed that the people that have to pay more for their trash to be discarded and pay less if they put their recyclables in something different, they are more likely to recycle if they're saving money on their disposal taxes or fees, or really fees. So I hate to say that requiring them to recycle through either you pay for it all to go here, and because it weighs more, you're going to pay more. But if you separate it and you've got less in the garbage over here and more in the recycling, you're going to pay less for a disposal fee, and you're guided by that to recycle more. That's in, I hate to say it, but that works better, and it may just be that we kind of do need to have some requirements.
Environmentally, we are very conscious of it as a company, and our department, we deal a lot with oil spills. All our transformers have oil in them, and so if they get really hot or explode, that can cause an oil spill. If a car hits one, that can cause an oil spill. So then we have to figure out how we have to clean it, and we have federally regulated guidelines on how we do that. We recycle all the oil from our transformers. That includes regular transformers, substation transformers, anything. Our wood poles, we actually recycle those as well. So we have a company that'll come pick them up from the poles that we remove. They come pick them up and take them and recycle. They get used in various products from that point on. Of course, office paper. We're very paper heavy, so we do that as well. We're trying to get away from that, so we recycle paper. Plastic water bottles, because we drink a lot of water in the summer working outside, so we try to recycle those. So really we are, I would say, a pretty environmentally conscious company. We try to do the best that we can with it.